right, now you're gonna report a message from Zuma Dogg. A lot of people are gonna think I drank the Kool-Aid. A lot of people are gonna think I was spun and flipped and paid off and whatnot, y'all. It ain't about what I feel or what I think is good or bad, y'all. It's about just the information I'm gonna present to you on the realest though. You heard Zuma Dogg for the past year go down to Los Angeles City Hall and complain about ignoring vacancy rates and building too much high density around not enough infrastructure, and how come we're building the accommodations for everybody that's trying to come to the area. Stop building it and they'll stop coming and all that, y'all. It's useless though. And I've been blaming city council and the mayor for putting this agenda through, and now they call it smart growth, and we saw in LA Weekly their elegant density is going to be taking away all the single home units. People with cars, they're going to be dumping skyscrapers on top of it, and that's just going to be the way it is. They're going to have to be building that magic bullet from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, then build another magic bullet from San Diego to San Francisco, so Arnold Schwarzenegger can hop on the train, go see his buddy Mayor Antonio, talk about things, then hop back for lunch with Maria, y'all. That's just the way it is. So here's what's happened, y'all. In the global economy, China has built up, y'all. They took the manufacturing away from the U.S. They took the profits and built the luxury skyscraper city that Eric, our city, wishes he had. I tell you what, Eric, why don't you just get some posters, hang them up in your room, y'all. But now they're going to be using it against us, y'all, because now they become an economic superpower, y'all. And we're now number 2 in the race, y'all. We got Asia, we got China, we got India. Meanwhile, we're resting on our laurels and they ran in front of us in the race, y'all. So now we got a lot of catching up to do. So George Bush has made the decision, not even George Bush, just the White House in general. Because here's the thing about politicians, they're all still just blips through. They're only there for 4 or 8 years, and you got bigger forces in power, y'all, in cahoots. So what has to happen is we have to unite as a continent in general, y'all. Canada, America, and Mexico to unite to compete globally. So the first thing that means is we have to provide the infrastructure, so that also we have to loosen up the border. Now I know Sean Hannity wants to build the fence and they have to pretend like they're doing that, but when you look at the policies they're doing, they're really just loosening up the borders, because we need the cheap labor that's coming from Mexico, because we got to build them magic bullet trains and subway to the seas and all the 40-story condos that's going to be coming to your neighborhood soon, y'all. So that's why we got to do that. That's the one level. Then on the second level, we got to build these luxury condos that these global rich people in Asia and China, they like to come here. They like that Las Vegas atmosphere, and they're moving to Las Vegas. And we got to make those accommodations too for all the rich people that want their West Coast annex, their West Coast global annex right here in Las Vegas, North Mexico. And so then, speaking of Las Vegas, you know, also a lot of people are going to be moving out of Los Angeles and moving to Vegas, but they're still going to have construction interests, they're still going to have businesses here. They're going to want to wake up in the morning and hop on the magic bullet train from Vegas and be in Los Angeles in no time at all, do their business, and then be back home to tuck in the children for bed, y'all. So that's what it's coming to. So that's what's happening, y'all. So look for that to be coming. I'm sorry that I blame Los Angeles and City Council and the mayor for putting this through. There's bigger forces at hand. SCAG is involved. They're the ones that lay down these density blueprints that allow it to happen, because they control the federal money. So that's what's happening. So we're going to be having two. We're going to be having the rich and the poor, y'all. We need both. But what I'm here's the warning, y'all. Here's the warning. Do not let this be an excuse to allow the rich developers and politicians in control make all the decisions for the public, y'all. It's supposed to be public interest. You're not supposed to be using it to tip the blueprint scales to make some areas way nicer than others. You're not supposed to be making luxury skyscrapers all downtown and then have everybody, all the low workers, be pushed out to the outskirts, and you dump the social services somewhere else. There can't be any NIMBYism, y'all. When you look at the success of Manhattan, it's because it's basically just, you know, one block looks just like the next. It's not about the building, it's about the people in the building. Look at a radio station, for an example. Sometimes you got 20 people in a radio station and it's number 1. You can take the same technology, the same building, and it's number 20, y'all. Look at a restaurant. Some restaurants, you take the same building and it don't get no customers. It goes out of business. Someone else takes it over and it's the biggest sensation in town, y'all. So that's where the cultural diversity comes from, not the infrastructure. So don't tip the scales, y'all. Just make a nice municipal infrastructure with housing equally mixed throughout, y'all. You want to have the big entire region to be a bunch of little mini mega regions, y'all, with their mixed density, where people are walking and working all in the same area, taking the buses to fill the distance and not using the cars too much. But make sure you do it with social integrity. People say California is socially and environmentally friendly. So here's the thing. If you're going to be building that China superstore, that big China skyscraper skyline, y'all, make sure you do it with the integrity and environmental and socialism that people do in this, and we'll just do it a little bit better, y'all. Well, do you have any comments, and then I'll wrap it up? I can wrap it up right now. I said everything I had to say. Would you like to say hello to the mayor?
Sure.
Say, comment on what I just said. You heard what I said. Come on, just look until you see yourself. No, look into the camera till you see yourself. Look, bend down. What do you got to say about what I just said, y'all?
Well, I think you're ignoring the fact. Who do I talk? Who am I talking
just
to?
go ahead, talk to the whole world right there. Y'all talk to Mayor Antonio, talk to George Bush, talk to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, I think you need to remember that the reason these people are trying to get all the Mexicans in is to destroy the union movement in California and every place else. You have a bunch of cheap labor. General contractors will hire cheap labor, and it doesn't matter how much they fuck up whatever they build, because they're using people that don't know what they're doing instead of union workers. This is basically a cabal with whoever's directing the Bush puppet to bring in people to destroy the unions.
Okay, very good. And so, yes, exactly, that is part of the problem, but the point is that, you know, we have to unite. The enemy is no longer on the other sides of the border in Canada and in Mexico. The enemy is overseas. I mean, when I say enemy, I mean economic enemy. That, you know, so yeah, the fix is there. We got to unite with Mexico. That's why we're going to be doing things like giving them driver's licenses, not so they can drive to the Paris Hilton red carpet premiere, but just so they can drive to their crappy job that doesn't pay enough, and then at the end of the day, they're just going back and living 5 in the garage. You know, it's not like they're sitting here and buying up Beverly Hills real estate and getting all rich and everything. They're just here to do the things that we aren't doing good right now. We're going to have to build these condominium skyscrapers. We're going to have to build these bullet trains and lay the track and do all these things, then service the infrastructure. And so we've decided, yes, we're going to take your cheap labor because we're going to need it, because we got to compete with China and globally and internationally. And so, you know what? I know you don't like these people because they read La Opinion and they watch Univision and they listen to 97.9 La Raza and they only speak in Spanish and they don't try to integrate and commingle with the community. But you know, they're not happy to be here either. It's just way worse in Mexico, and they're just trying to work hard for the day to set a little bit back, because Mexico don't got no welfare for the family, and it's not like they enjoying themselves either. So instead of hating on them, just look at them and say, well, you know what, I guess welcome to the territory, y'all, because we all need to unite, because the enemies overseas, y'all, and I sure as hell don't feel like pouring that cement and laying them tracks and building them condos. And then if you do, well, then I hope that you can be a part of it as well, y'all, and that's just on the realest though.